Can a legal decision become illegal later on? It's a simple question. However, it is extremely relevant to my situation and to the legal system, to how the legal system works, and how to prevent injustices from happening. In order to answer that relatively simple question, I need to present a crucial two-step process in which legal decisions are officialized. And this applies to absolutely all legal decisions, regardless if we're talking about the parliament implementing a new law, the court making a decision, two people signing a mediation agreement or a contract of any other kind. This applies to all legal decisions. Everything that can be officialized according to the law respects this two-step process. So step number one is the contract, the law, the court decision is verified to be within the boundaries of the respective legal jurisdiction. In my case, I will use the Netherlands because that is relevant to my case. So when the government wants to implement a new law, there's a system of checks and balances which ensures that the respective law does not violate the Constitution. In the case of the court, there is a judge that must make a decision according to the law. If someone else comes up with an idea of creating a decision that is illegal according to the law, the judge is there to say no, that is not possible. In the case of a mediation agreement, there is a mediator which ensures that the conditions of the mediation agreement are legal, are within the boundaries of the law. So in all cases, there's some sort of system of checks and balances which ensures that the legal decision is legal, it is within the boundaries of the law of the specific legal jurisdiction. Step number two, the legal decision is officialized. That always happens in this order. So first, the legal decision is verified to be legal and then it is officialized. It is never officialized first and then verified to be legal. But that should be clear. One, it is verified to be legal. Two, it is officialized. Now, what's the proof of concept of that? It is here on the board. I call it the consistency of illegality. Here is point zero. In this case, an illegal court decision is made and it is officialized. It is wrongfully officialized. Now, it is crucial to understand that this should not be possible in a normal scenario. That means that the court should never, ever be able to officialize a legal decision that is illegal. So in theory, that is why I called it the consistency of illegality. If a law, if a rule of law, if a court decision, if a contract is illegal at its creation, it remains illegal. So it is not created in the first place. If it is legal at its creation, at a point in time when it is created, it remains legal. Now, there are two specific options regarding this concept. The first one is that the legal decision is, for example, truly legal when it is created, but later on there is a legal provision that is implemented and it is applied retroactively, and it makes that legal decision illegal, and in that case, the legal decision is nullified. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. That is a specific scenario. It is relevant to my situation because that is one way to obtain partial justice, the partial justice that is still attainable regarding the extreme violation of my fundamental human rights. But it is not the topic of this video. So in this video I will explore whether or not a legal decision that is legal at the time of creation, according to the laws that exist at the time of creation, can become illegal later on, according to the exact same laws. And the answer is always no. It can never change from being legal to being illegal according to the same laws, because when it was created, it was already verified to be within the boundaries of the law. So the only scenario in which a legal decision is legal when created and illegal later on consists of the scenario when it is wrongfully officialized. So the legal decision was never actually legal. It was illegal, but it was wrongfully officialized. So the decision does not change from being legal to being illegal according to the same set of rules. If it is legal, it remains legal according to the same set of rules. If it is illegal, it remains illegal according to the same set of rules. However, an illegal decision can be wrongfully officialized, and that can happen as a result of either negligence or corruption. So, this is what this graph shows. Point 0, the illegal decision is officialized. According to the laws that exist at this point in time, at point 0, the decision is illegal. But as a result of negligence or corruption, it is officialized anyway. At this point, the illegality of the decision is established. That means that the decision is recognized to be illegal. The next logical step is for the decision to be nullified. However, from this point in time when it was created until this point in time, the decision remained illegal, even though it was officialized. So the decision was illegal at all times. Now when this happens, when this unfortunate situation takes place, there are two key issues that need to be addressed. One is the reason why the legal decision was wrongfully legalized, was wrongfully made official even though it was illegal. And two, the injustices that resulted from the decision need to be addressed. So I'll give an example, proof of concept. One accuser and one defendant decide that they agreed to an alternative punishment. Let's say that the accuser decided to punch the defendant in the face every day for an entire month as an alternative punishment, and the defendant agreed to that. Such an alternative punishment is illegal. But let's say that the judge says, okay, that's good, go ahead and do that. So that's crime number one. The fundamental human rights of the defendant have been violated. The decision is void because it legalizes a crime, it functionally legalizes a crime against one person, even if it does so in a specific scenario in which everything is planned ahead, but the result is the same. A crime is functionally legalized against one person, and that is a violation of their fundamental human rights. It is illegal, it should never happen. As a result, the judge, the government official who made that decision is guilty, and depending on the case, that should have criminal consequences. Now that is issue number one, that is injustice number one that needs to be addressed, but there is another injustice that needs to be addressed. The consequences of that illegal decision. So let's say that the next day the accuser punches the defendant in the face because they argue that the decision was legalized based on the court's decision. So the court decided that becomes legal, but it does not actually happen. That did not happen. So when the accuser punched the defendant in the face, they still committed a crime because that is a crime according to the criminal code, regardless of the wrongful decision of the court. So the accuser was aware that he was committing a crime against the defendant and rationalized that crime as a result of court decision. But they were still committing a crime, so that injustice needs to be addressed, that crime needs to be addressed. So there are two issues. One, the illegal decision, the people who officialize the illegal decision must pay for their crime, and two, the people who exploited the vulnerabilities that resulted from that illegal decision need to pay for their crimes if they committed these crimes. However, the illegal decision remains illegal even if the crimes do not take place. So if at point 0 the illegal decision is wrongfully officialized and no one exploits the vulnerability of the legal decision still remains illegal and it must be nullified. So in this case, even if the accuser never punched the defendant in the face, the fact that the decision was legalized in the first place is still an injustice, and the decision should still be void according to the law, and it still should be nullified as quickly as possible. So how does that apply to my case? The situation is simple. The illegal decision was wrongfully officialized. It is illegal, it violates the Constitution, it violates the law, it violates my fundamental human rights, and it resulted in a functional legalization of crimes against me, of specific crimes against me in a specific environment. And that was the only reason why specific crimes were committed over 1,000 times against me. The only reason, there are additional reasons, but that is the main reason. The main reason is that is the foundation. If that illegal decision would have never been made, would have never been officialized, those crimes would have never taken place. So, in my case, there are two crucial aspects. One, at point zero, when the illegal decision was officialized, it could have only that could have only happened as a result of corruption. So that means that the government officials who officialized that illegal decision were 100% aware of what they were doing. Moreover, this is confirmed when that decision resulted in thousands of crimes being committed against me. They did not nullify the illegal decision. That proves that it was the result of corruption. Moreover, over a million people, millions of people, have seen that illegal decision being officialized, and all of them knew that the decision was illegal. No one did anything. So in my case, the illegality of the legal decision, of the illegal mediation agreement, was not established here. It was established from point zero, from the point of creation. And then thousands of crimes were committed against me. So the illegality was confirmed to the greatest possible extent. Those crimes were committed against me because they were functionally legalized. And it has been confirmed that it is 100% impossible to obtain justice, to make a criminal accusation against these crimes that were committed against me as a direct result of that illegal court decision that was officialized, even though it was illegal. So then, there was a simple issue. An illegal decision was wrongfully officialized. There are two key issues that need to be addressed. One, the corrupt people who officialized this decision, they must pay for their crimes. And two, the people who exploited the vulnerability that resulted from the decision and committed crimes against me must pay for their crimes. These are two key injustices that need to be addressed. There are many people who can do something about it. The government can do something about it. There are many legal experts that can do something about it. There are human rights organizations that can do something about it. And regular people can do something about it. Everyone has a say in this. Everyone can do something about it. Everyone can stand for the rightful nullification of this illegal court decision which violates my fundamental human rights. My fundamental human rights keep being violated every day as a result of that illegal court decision. And justice must be obtained. Justice is possible. I can obtain justice. But I need to be allowed to do that. I need to have the fundamental human rights that were illegally stripped from me returned to me. In this situation, inaction is a crime.